given 2 points. So we've done this given a point and a slope, but this time we're just going to be given 2 points. Our first example, we need to write an equation for a line that passes through the points 2, 3, and 5, 6. So let's review what we need. The general equation for the line is y equals mx plus b. So we're going to need to find the slope and the y-intercept. All right, let's go. So same problem. We want to find the equation for the line that passes through the points 2, 3, and 5, 6. So we're going to start by finding the slope of the line. And the way that I like to do this is I just make my little x in my y table. So x, y. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put both of our points on there. So I've got the point 2, 3. And I've also got the point 5, 6. All right, so remember the slope is that change in y over the change in x. So my change in y is 3, and it looks like my change in x is also going to be 3. So my slope equals change in y over change in x. Change in y is 3. Change in x is 3. So that's just going to simplify to give me a slope of 1. So I've got the first thing I need. I know that my slope equals 1. So I'm going to plug into y equals mx plus b. So now I've got y equals 1x plus b. So my next step, same problem, points 2, 3, and 5, 6. We need to find our y-intercept. So we know the slope is 1. We have our 2 points. We're going to choose a point and plug it in to find the y-intercept. I'm going to go ahead and choose this point, 2, 3. So remember that's an x value and a y value. So I've got y equals m, that's my slope, times x plus b. All right, up here my y is 3, so I'm going to go ahead and plug that in for y. Let's go ahead and make it green. 3 equals, I found my slope earlier. I know my slope is 1, so I'm going to plug in 1. Up here, I've got my x value. It's going to be 2. So there we go. And it's multiplying, because your slope is always multiplying your x, times 2 plus b. All right, I've just solved for my b. So it's going to be 1 times 2 is 2. Subtract 2 on both sides. Let's go ahead and write that down. So 3 equals 2 plus b. I want to get b by itself, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And that's just going to leave me with 1 equals b. So I have my y-intercept. So now I just need to plug in to y equals mx plus b. So my equation is y equals, my slope is 1. So I'm going to have 1 times x plus my y-intercept, which is also 1. Yep, and there it is. Y equals 1x plus 1. So we found our slope, found our y-intercept, and plugged in. Let's go ahead and do another one. So now we need the equation for a line that passes through the points 4, 2, and negative 4, 4. So remember, our first step is to find the slope. So I'm going to make my xy table and look for that change in y and change in x. So I put in both my xy points. So I've got the point 4, 2, and I've got the point negative 4, positive 4. All right, so let's find our change in y. From 2 to 4, I'm adding 2, so that's a change of 2. Let's find our change in x. From 4 to negative 4, I'm actually losing 8, so it's a change of negative 8. So my slope, let's go back to green. Slope is the change in y over the change in x. So it's 2 over negative 8. I'm going to go ahead and simplify that. So it's going to be 2 goes into itself once, into 8 4 times. We need to remember that's still negative. Alright, so I have a slope of negative 1/4. So now my equation is y equals negative 1/4 x plus b. I plugged in for my slope. So let's go to our step 2. Same points, we need to find our y-intercept. We found our slope, we need to find our y-intercept. So again, we have 2 points, we want to choose a point and plug it in. I just like to choose my first point. Why not? That's an x value and then a y value. Remember, my general equation is y equals mx, m for my slope, plus b. Alright, so I'm going to plug in. So I've got this 2 up here for y. Plug it in for y in my equation. Equals my slope. We know that my slope is a negative 1/4. So that goes in here. Negative 1/4. Need to plug in an x value. I know up here my x is 4, so I'm going to plug that in. So I've got a 4. Remember, those are always timesing. And that's just plus my y-intercept. Alright, so I'm solving for my y-intercept. I need to go ahead and do that math. Negative 1/4 times 4 gives me negative 1. Everything else stays the same. So I've got 2 equals negative 1 plus b. Alright, I'm going to get my negative 1 on the other side, so I'm going to add 1. I'm going to do the opposite. Add 1. Make that one a little bit clearer. So then I end up with 3 equals b. Remember my equation, y equals mx plus b, and all I'm doing is plugging in for my slope, so m times x plus whatever my b is. Let's make my x look more like an x. There. Alright, we know my slope is negative 1/4, so that goes in for my m, negative 1/4. We just solved for my b. My y-intercept turned out to be 3. So that's my entire equation. Y equals negative 1/4 x plus 3. And that's the equation for the line. Oh, I just erased it for you guys. Sorry. That passes through the points 4, 2 and negative 4, 4. So that was, b was 3. All right. You guys get a chance. So you need to write the equation for the linear equation that passes through the points negative 6, negative 4 and negative 3, negative 3. Remember, that first step is you want to solve for the slope. Second step, you solve for your y-intercept. All right, here's the answer. We get y equals 1/3 x minus 2. So if you found the slope was 1/3, awesome. And then you plug back in to find the y-intercept was negative 2. If you got a different y-intercept, go back and try that again. So if you still got questions, you can always watch the video again, check out other resources, or see me or Mr. Ibanez after school. Thanks so much for watching.